I'm your host, Sai Krishna. In today's presentation, we are going to learn about beautiful soup for Python. I'm very excited for this presentation. So, let's not waste any more time and begin our presentation. First, I'll let you know who I am. As you know, my name is Sai Krishna. I'm a student who is studying data science at IARE. So, what are the objectives of today's presentation? We will see now. So, the first objective of this presentation is to introduce ourselves to Beautiful Soup. Next objective is experience the installation process. And third objective is understand the working process of Beautiful Soup. And fourth objective is familiarize the advantages of Beautiful Soup. So first, we'll begin with introducing ourselves to Beautiful Soup. So what actually is Beautiful Soup and where it is used, we will know now. Beautiful Soup is a Python library for getting data out of HTML or XML or any other markup languages. It is a tool for web scraping that helps you clean up and parse the documents you have pulled down from the web. So what does this actually mean? Let's find out with an example, obviously. Say you found a website. It contains information that you require. Suppose it has a list of entrepreneurs present in Mumbai along with their birthdays and their LinkedIn IDs. But that particular website is not allowing you to copy the data. Now, here comes web scraping. You can use Python and in Python use Beautiful Soup to get that data out of that website. So how does it do it? Well, Beautiful Soup helps you pull particular content from a web page, remove the HTML markup and save the information. So in layman terms, it will help you isolating titles and links, extract all the text that you need and remove all the unnecessary punctuations and commands of HTML. So this is how Beautiful Soup usually works. By this slide, we have understood how Beautiful Soup works. Next, we will experience the installation process. Yes, you heard it right. We will experience the installation process. Now here comes the doubt. Thus, Beautiful Soup is not a default library when you download Python from the web. Actually, it's not. Beautiful Soup is not a default library. One has to install it using PIP, that is a Python installer. Now, how can you install Beautiful Soup from the web? There is no executable file that you can download from the web and just click on it to install Beautiful Soup. Actually, you have to get some technical. You have to run this particular code which is present at the bottom of the slide. That is pip install Beautiful Soup 4. By running this code in Python, you can download and activate Beautiful Soup in your Python module. But here comes a twist. Beautiful Soup requires other programs to support its functionality. So, Beautiful Soup is not a one-man standing program. It also needs support of other programs to run efficiently and deliver what it promises. The first such program is Parser. Now, Parser is an interpreter for HTML language. You can download and activate Parser by running this particular code, that is pip install lxml. It is case sensitive. Be very careful, it is case sensitive. Next is a helper library which name is Future. You can install it by running the code pip install future. Here also it is case sensitive. By this slide, we have experienced ourselves how to install Beautiful Soup and how it is not a one-man program but essentially a group of programs which deliver what you need. Next, we are going to understand the working process of Beautiful Soup. See, my opinion and my philosophy essentially is if you don't understand how it works, you can't know how to apply it. So, in order to use Beautiful Soup in your future projects or future endeavors, you need to actually know how does it works. So let's know it. It creates a parse tree where parse tree is a hierarchical representation of terminals or non-terminals. Now here comes a deal. What is terminals and what is non-terminals? Well, terminals are nothing but symbols which are elementary symbols and are defined by a formal grammar. Now, non-terminal are essentially non-elementary symbols which are not at all defined by a formal language. So let's get back to slide again. It creates a parse tree from page source code that can be used to extract data in a hierarchical and more readable manner. What does this actually mean? Now, the following example that you are able to see on the slide, the left hand side picture and the right hand side picture, it Beautiful Soup aims to scrap names and URLs from a web page where the left hand side include the source code of the HTML and the right hand side is the text that you need, that is the names and the URLs. So in layman terms, what does it actually do is it converts this gibberish language or text into more readable text. How does it do it? It removes all the unnecessary tags. It removes all the unnecessary punctuations and make it more readable. By this slide, I am quite sure that we have understood how it actually works. So let's move on. Now it's time to familiarize ourselves with advantages of Beautiful Soup. So let's start. Now, web scraping is the important application of Beautiful Soup in Python. By now, we all have understood it is the important application. But in the current market, there are many other alternatives, and among them, Selenium and Scrapy are also present. Well, Selenium and Scrapy are advanced tools and also provide what Beautiful Soup provides. But there should be a distinction which makes Beautiful Soup more popular than other tools. In this slide, we are going to understand what are those advantages and how it makes Beautiful Soup more popular. So why should one use Beautiful Soup? Let's find out. Now, it's very easy to learn. Beautiful Soup is very easy to learn. A bold statement if you ask me. But why? What is the reasoning behind to say that Beautiful Soup is very easy to learn? Well, the syntax is based on Python. And any sane person will say Python is easy to learn, it's beginner friendly, its syntax is more readable. Based on that, I can say confidently that Beautiful Soup is also easy to learn. Next, it's very fast. Now, what you mean by fast? When you enter certain attributes of the given source code, it will scrape the data much faster. So how does it do it? Beautiful Soup uses multi-threading in order to rapidly execute scraping. So what is multi-threading? Well, when you write a code or enter attributes in Python is clever, and Beautiful Soup is even more clever. It divides the code into certain blocks and execute them at the same moment of time. While executing and giving the output, it will combine all those blocks in the sequence in order to give you the complete output. While doing this, it is saving time by executing many codes at the same time. Due to this, it is called multi-threading, and Beautiful Soup uses this multi-threading to execute scraping faster. This is also one of the important reasons for which Beautiful Soup became the most popular one. Next, extensibility. If you ask me, this is the most important advantage of Beautiful Soup. Beautiful Soup is king when it comes to handle small projects with low level complexity. This is because it works with simple and flexible code. And so, if you are new and want to perform web scraping quickly, Beautiful Soup is the library for you. Why? Why someone who wants to do web scraping will always look for low complexity projects? Let's take an example. We all use Windows microsystem, operating system, my mistake. It contains command prompt. In using command prompt, you can open any file in the Windows, but no one uses it. Or most of them uses File Explorer to open files and other documents. But why? There is an advanced tool for you, but you're not using it. It's because 100% of users are not advanced users. Most of the users are just beginners or intermediate level and just want to get work done. And for them, if you give more advanced tools which have complex codes, they will not use it. That's why catering the masses, Beautiful Soup works on that principle, catering the masses. Because low level complexity projects are in high numbers, Beautiful Soup focuses on providing value on those low level complexity projects, by which it became the most popular web scraping tool. Next, it parses the pages the same way a browser does. Reminder, pages here means web pages. Now, first we need to understand what is parsing. Parsing means analyzing and converting a program into an internal format that a runtime environment can actually run. For example, the JavaScript engine inside browsers which parse the HTML into a DOO tree. The parser passes tokenized input into the document, building up the document tree. This is the contextual explanation of what parsing actually means. In layman terms, as I'm always does explain you, imagine there is a program which only accepts .pdf formats. But the program also has a feature to convert .pdf from .jpeg file. That is, it converts a picture into a PDF. Now, I have a question to all of you. If program converts it to PDF and then execute it, will it take more time? Will it increase the complexity? Will it reduce its performance? Yes, right? Beautiful Soup also works on the same principle. It parses the web pages the same way browser does, thus reducing complexity. When you reduce the complexity, obviously your runtime to execute it decreases, increasing your performance. This is directly linked to the second advantage that I have mentioned, that Beautiful Soup is very fast. So, parsing, that's it. It reduces complexity and increases performance. It's also an advantage. Next, what is the advantage? Now, ecosystem. Beautiful Soup is an open source initiative, due to which it has good forum support. Ecosystem consists hardcore engineers to solve any issue one might face. Previously, we have understood that Beautiful Soup is mainly used by beginner and intermediate users. Now, if you are a beginner and there is an error while writing writing attributes to your Python code, but you don't know how to debug it. Here comes this ecosystem advantage. As Beautiful Soup is an open source, there are many forums where many engineers, highly qualified engineers, are there for you to support you and debug the error that you are getting while writing your attributes. Due to which, this makes Beautiful Soup more beginner friendly and more appealing to masses. Next, Beautiful Soup has a great function or feature to be said, that it prettifies the source code. Now, what does this actually mean? In simple words, we can say it prettifies the HTML with proper indents and everything. To be more elaborate, the prettify method will turn a beautiful soup parse tree into a nicely formatted Unicode string with a separate line for each tag and each string. Essentially, the gibberish HTML language, which is unreadable for an untrained eye, will, if applied prettify method on it, it adds more punctuation and it makes it more readable. So for an untrained eye, the HTML gibberish language looks more readable. This is a feature of Beautiful Soup which also adds in to make it one of the most popular web scraping tool for Python. By this, we have completed the advantages by which Beautiful Soup became the most popular web scraping tool. So let's summarize our presentation now so that we will be not left out and lost what we have working now for this whole time. So let's move on to summary. What we have done? First, we have introduced ourselves to Beautiful Soup. Next, we experienced the installation process. Third, we understood the working process of Beautiful Soup. And fourth, we familiarized ourselves with advantages of Beautiful Soup. So what's my opinion? Finally, Beautiful Soup is a truly helpful tool for web scraping. That's it. So, thanks for listening. Presentation is over. Let's catch up next time. Sayonara.